The Maasai people of Kenya and Tanzania are one of the most iconic and fascinating tribes in Africa. Known for their resilience, unique customs, and warrior traditions, they have preserved their way of life for centuries despite modernization. Here are 10 intriguing facts about the Maasai that will leave you amazed. While many African communities hunt wild animals for food, the Maasai have a completely different approach. They do not eat game meat or any wild animals, even though they live among some of the most fearsome predators in Africa. Instead, they rely on livestock, primarily cattle, sheep, and goats, for their diet. Their meals mainly consist of milk, meat, and a unique addition, fresh cow blood. They believe that cattle are a divine gift from their god, Enkai, and their entire culture revolves around livestock. Hunting wild animals for food is seen as unnecessary when they have their cattle, which they consider their wealth and lifeline. One of the most unusual and shocking aspects of Maasai culture is their tradition of drinking fresh cow blood. The blood is often drawn from a cow's jugular vein without killing the animal, allowing it to heal and continue living. This practice is most common during special ceremonies, including circumcisions, weddings, and warrior initiations. Drinking blood is believed to provide strength and nourishment, especially for the sick, the elderly, and warriors who have undergone strenuous activities. Sometimes, it is mixed with milk to create a highly nutritious drink. Although this may seem extreme to outsiders, it is a deeply rooted part of Maasai tradition. In the past, young Maasai warriors, also known as Moran, had to prove their bravery by hunting a lion alone with only a spear. This dangerous practice was considered a rite of passage into adulthood, demonstrating the warrior's strength, courage, and ability to protect the community. Although lion hunting has been outlawed due to conservation efforts, the tradition still holds great significance. Today, the Maasai are actively involved in wildlife conservation, with many serving as guides and rangers in national parks to protect the very lions they once hunted. The Maasai's Adumu dance, also known as the jumping dance, is one of their most recognized cultural practices. During this performance, young Maasai warriors form a circle, and one by one, they take turns jumping as high as possible while keeping their bodies straight. This dance is a sign of strength, stamina, and agility. It is often performed during the Unoto ceremony, which marks the transition from warriorhood to elder status. The higher a warrior jumps, the more respect he earns from his peers and the community. The Maasai are famous for their colorful and intricate beadwork, which is more than just a form of decoration, it tells a story. Each bead color has a specific meaning. Red symbolizes bravery, strength, and the blood of their cattle. Blue represents the sky, which provides water for the people and animals. White stands for peace and purity. Green represents the land, which sustains life, and yellow and orange symbolize hospitality and warmth. Maasai women are responsible for making the beaded jewelry, which includes necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. These pieces are worn during ceremonies, and their patterns often indicate a person's age, social status, and marital status. In many cultures, spitting is considered rude, but for the Maasai, it is a gesture of blessing and respect. When greeting elders or important guests, it is common to spit on one's hand before shaking hands. This symbolizes goodwill and high regard. Parents also spit on their newborn babies as a way of wishing them good fortune. Similarly, when sealing important agreements, Maasai elders will spit on the ground or on an item to mark the occasion as sacred. Unlike in many societies where men are in charge of construction, Maasai women take on the responsibility of building homes. Their traditional houses, called manyatas, are small, dome-shaped structures made from a mixture of mud, sticks, grass, and cow dung. These homes are built to be temporary because the Maasai are semi-nomadic, often moving in search of better grazing land for their cattle. The construction of a manyata can take several days, and women work together in groups to complete the task efficiently. Unlike many African tribes that have kings or chiefs, the Maasai have a unique governance system. They do not have a centralized authority or a ruling leader. Instead, decisions are made collectively by elders who hold discussions and reach consensus on important matters. Elders play a vital role in resolving disputes, organizing ceremonies, and maintaining peace within the community. This system has allowed the Maasai to maintain social harmony for centuries without a formal government structure. The Maasai do not use the standard January to December calendar. Instead, they measure time using natural events such as the changing seasons, cattle birth cycles, and significant occurrences in their community. For instance, they refer to years based on major events, such as droughts, epidemics, or periods of prosperity. This traditional way of tracking time has been passed down for generations and continues to influence their daily lives. One of the most fascinating beliefs of the Maasai is that all the cattle in the world were given to them by their god, Enkai. According to their legend, Enkai entrusted the Maasai with the responsibility of looking after all the cattle, which is why they have such a strong connection to their livestock. This belief has historically led to cattle raids between the Maasai and neighboring communities, as they see taking back cattle as reclaiming what was rightfully theirs. Today, cattle remain the most valuable asset for the Maasai, serving as a source of food, wealth, and social status. In conclusion, the Maasai are one of Africa's most remarkable and resilient communities, preserving their rich traditions despite modernization. From their fearless warrior culture to their unique customs surrounding cattle, their way of life continues to fascinate people worldwide. Their deep-rooted connection to nature, strong communal bonds, and unique traditions make them stand out among Africa's indigenous tribes. What do you think of the Maasai way of life? Let us know in the comments.